Hello out there. I'm going to read you a poem which I've had finished for a while, although I've been writing some music to go with it. I am not an experienced songwriter, so it's been a bit of an experiment. I decided to actually sing the sung part a cappella in this video. I may do a later one where I'm playing on the harp as well. Anyway, this is a Pseudo-Arthurian thing. The main character is not King Arthur, and his lady is most certainly not Guinevere. It is probably the single sugariest thing I've come up with in my writing career so far. But while it embarrassed me just a little bit, I also felt that it was the right thing to put out there in the world at the moment. So, here it goes. The Benediction Song. The Lord of Logres, tall and fair, to his betrothed's bower came. Footsore was he and full of care, from his long and lonely travels lame. Up her high and halting stair he went, and when out he'd pulled his hand from grimy glove, he rapped with his raw knuckle on her door. He murmured naught, but merely tapped, and soon his heart was sore for dread that she would never open more. Wrapped in thought, he started when the light upon his face did fall. There stood a maiden, one of many, who bowed and breathless turned to call, "Good lady mine, unto you your lord returns." And she led him. He could look then through the window over all the shining city lying there below, and there he wavered in his grit and grime, wondering at the beauty of her chamber, tapestry and textile draping all about him in wondrous colour most sublime. These to mar his heart could scarce abide. "Here, my beloved, thou hast travelled far, rest and in my bower bide." His lady came. Like the northern star she drew him, as her hand upon his arm did fall. Her gentle smile and careful eye laid love upon his heart. Her goodness did beguile him, made him weaken more. Yet he said unto her, "Thou shouldst exile me, rather than I should thy fair chamber thus befoul. I do not mean to stay, dear heart, yet I could not pass thy door and leave unsought the sight of thy face, or the sound of thy dear voice and dearer thought. Speak only to me, beloved one, and then I shall pass upon my way." His hand she grasped and turned, blackened in its lines. "A season thou hast been, and now wouldst go so soon. Foolish I should seem anon if from my hall shouldst thou pass. Finer thou art than linens, far finer than tapestries." And she laughed, more tender than merry. "War itself shall not pry thee from me ere the end of day, and no war threatens. Ease thy weary feet." On her couch she sat him down. There she kissed him cheek and brow. There she took his gloves and boots with care, and his coat that he laid down. Then her pages came with simple fare and good, and water and a bath behind the screen to set. He ate wearily first, then hungrily, and as fearsome pangs did abate, he sought to ask her of all that had transpired. that she might relate what trials she'd borne, what threads were held within her hands, politics of virtue and corruption, and the spirit of the land. "Too much love has passed to tell thee now," she said, "but some little I will say." Dove gentle was her smile, and then to him she spoke of schemes both great and small, lightly sketched in bright clear thought, and of their ends and her command of what was done and what was wrought. She spoke précis, while like a brand the casement shone, and shafting light upon her hair did fall. Amber bright it glowed, and radiance of spirit from her face. Great wonder struck him to think of those who called her wiser than was fair. Wiser than others he had known, surely that she was, yet in his eyes she was fairer than the fairest in the land. She asked him then what he wished, if she should ask or no. He said, "Ask, my love, but weary am I, bitter weary, and might tangle up my tongue." She asked, and in his heart he thought of all the miles and every trial and foreign lands where through long and lonely days death had harried him from skin of dawn into the dark of night. There by his fingertips his life he'd saved, scrabbling stones, bloody nails, grinning foe with glinting knife, and death awaiting far below. And her at home, betrothed wife, waiting his return. Thought of her had given life to failing limbs, nerve unto his nerveless heart, had spurred him to wrath and striving, that he might climb sideways moving, until he found a way rising upwards to close upon the foe and fight once more. 'Twas not fitted for a lord to walk alone. His company he'd lost in frigid waters white and wild upon the rocky bend, and in afflicted days of ambush and of other ills. Those men who lived had returned to him, homeward going after long weeks' wandering, as their turn fortune and season both. In those long days their purpose had nigh spurned them, though untold other things had spun forth. His wearied mind whirled and eddied, as he tried to think of where he might begin. Unfurled disaster, yet not disaster quite. He spoke halting. Such a world of things done and left undone. I have travelled further than I meant to go, and in less and stranger company. There was evil sent to find me, and I met it on my way. By dire effort it spent its strength for scarce return. Glad am I for fortune and God's favour, and for you waiting here at home. There I feared that I would see thee never more." And he fell silent. Softly answered she, "You have come. Ever shall I gladly welcome thee. Peace, rest." He bowed his head, saying then, "If I might wash, please speak to me." And in then came the serving men, while the maidens turned to go, and his lady sat and set her pen to parchment, and tuned her psaltery's silver strings. She spoke, telling tales as the water washed his hurts, and when they dressed him laid him down, veils around the couch drawn close and dim. "I shall sing to thee." And with nails combing through his hair she sat by his side. She set her psaltery on her knees and said, "This I've written in thy absence, and now on thy return." And she plucked the strings of silver, sweetly played thereon, and silver was her voice when sang she softly all she'd drawn. Thus ran her royal benediction song. To harbour goes the townsman, to market cross his wife. The churchmen in the churchyards pace to plan their Sunday rites. In Logres life is moving, but rest thy weary head, for the room is fair and stilly, and thou hast no cause for dread. Free thyself from sorrow, set down thine every care, and I shall sing thee all I'd have thy fortune for thee bear. May thine angels ever keep thee in thine every joy and strife, in wakeful hours and in thy sleep, through all thy days of life. May they guide and guard thee ever, sweep each shadow from thy path. May no dishonor dim thy shining name, nor any black entrapment come to harm, nor give thee cause for shame. From valor's field may fate return thee ever, with or without acclaim. May thy courage be always with thee in the time of testing strain. May thy strength and beauty keep thee. May they long with thee remain. But thy wisdom bright within thee be, when those glories pass away. Reign thou shalt in riches, gold and pearls thou hast, glimmering to hold. Yet should riches pass thee by, riches of the soul be thine, to beget for thee a name that will not die. May all your days be merry, beset with good and loving company. May treachery never threaten, nor sorrow long remain, but true and loyal friends ever strengthen thee through all that might obtain. Joy of life be in thee, that no leaden heart shouldst thy breast contain. May never a plot unseat thee, may never a hand undo, yet shall all my love be with thee, to burn unceasing, bright and true. The love of God is with thee beyond the end of days, as it was born for thee in morning, in the dawn of time's first day. He loves thee in days of mourning, and in bright victory, as Lord or as a pauper. he'll be thinking e'er of thee. Close thine eyes and sleep, love, for I'll watch after thee. Sleep until the vespers bell, or till the morning lights for thee. And sleep lay on the Lord of Logres, and peace lay on the bower. The lady all her watch did keep, as in stillness lay the hour. The end. I hope you enjoyed that. If you think I also ought to put up the harp version, let me know. And if you enjoyed it, please like, share, subscribe, comment, and have a lovely time.